Hari Om Bharati Amma.
Hari Om.
How did your journey start with Puja Gurudev Amma?
I saw in the newspaper an advertisement which said that Swamiji was going to speak in Delhi. He was having a yajna.
Which year was this?
1968.
Okay.
In, what was it? Oh, Kasturba Gandhi Marg. It was those days known as Curzon Road.
Do you remember any of the conversations that you had at that point of time with Puja
I
Gurudev?
was far too shy to say anything to him.
No conversations at all?
At all, except I remember that I went to meet him on my birthday, the 17th of March, and I had the courage to tell him, Swamiji, today is my birthday.
What did Gurudev say?
He patted me on the head and he said, happy birthday, many happy returns, you know, the usual thing. But I didn't have the guts to talk to him.
Okay.
No.
Right.
I was content to be just in his presence. After he left Delhi, it was so much, morning, afternoon, evening, spending all the time with him. And when he went, that was the first time he had a retreat in Uttarkashi. I thought that I could express myself much better on paper. So I wrote him a 6-page letter, Prarthana, and saying, you know, Swamiji, all this that you have given, what are we to do with it? How am I to use it? The response I got from him, one of the first letters he wrote to me was, write a Bal Ramayana for children.
You were a science graduate, right?
Exactly. I got myself a copy of Valmiki. I got myself a copy of Tulasi Ramayana, Rajaji's, and God knows what else. You know, because you can't just write off the cuff. It has to be authentic, real, and yet interpreted for kids.
Were you good with kids?
I didn't think so. I didn't know.
You knew nothing?
At all.
Were you a writer before?
No. Like I said, I was a science graduate.
So out of blue, just Gurudev
told me to write. And I wrote.
Okay.
20 to 25 handwritten pages at a time were being sent to him by snail mail to Uttarkashi. He would read those pages and send them back to me and tell me to file them. Then I wrote to him and I said, Swamiji, I'm very sorry you have to read this because I'm not able to type. I don't know typing. He wrote back and said, your handwriting is very easy on the eyes. Please continue the way you are doing. Don't worry about typing.
Okay.
God has made people in the world to do the donkey's work for creative people like you and me.
Donkey's work, okay.
This was dictated to a German lady called Urmila, who was a great later, and we both met him at the same time. And she had gone to Uttarkashi. Okay. She was the one who started the World Bank in New Delhi. She had gone to Uttarkashi. He has dictated this letter to her. And after that he writes, in Delhi, please contact our Urmila. And she will type up the manuscript for us. When I met Urmila in Delhi and took the manuscript to her, she took one look at me and she had made up her mind. I'm going to tell this girl where she gets off if she thinks she's creative, and I'm going to do the donkey's work for her.
Okay.
But what a clean manuscript she made. What a beautiful manuscript.
Okay.
And I think it was with that Swamiji gave us to each other, Urmila and me.
Okay.
Yeah. Till she was my father's age,
Oh,
But we were friends, and till she passed away, we were,
in touch with each other.
absolutely, absolutely. I was a little overwhelmed. I did not know what kind of responses I should have. Because often when he returned the pages of the Bal Ramayana to me, there were remarks. He would say like, Bharat is the hero of the epic. He has to be painted in, he used to give this kind of guidelines. And at one stage, I got a letter from him saying, I am returning these pages to you, dirtied by my honest tears. Your pen knows how to draw them from my eyes. And I was so taken aback. I said, what on earth is he talking about? What pages? So I went back to the manuscript. These were the pages where Sri Ram is leaving Ayodhya and going into the forest. I was drawing pictures for my own amusement and sending them along with the manuscript. Much later I came to know he was keeping, I just wrote and said, Swamiji, I think you will also, just enjoy these drawings that I'm making. He kept them. He sent them back to me. He says, finalize, ink them properly, we will use them in the Bal Ramayana. Those are the pictures now in Bal Ramayana.
You did not tell me about Bhagavatam. You only said
Bhagavatam, what he did was, in September or June I had finished Bal Ramayana. July, thereabouts, he wrote to me. And he said, September, start work on Bal Bhagavat.
He did not give you time at all?
No, he said, September, start the work.
Okay.
But before you start the work, go out, sing, dance, eat lots of ice cream.
Typical of him.
September, start work. That was the first time I had ever heard about a granth called Bhagavatam. I said, ये क्या भागवत बोल रहे हैं?
Till then you did not know that Bhagavatam?
No, vaguely. But I thought perhaps, he means the Mahabharata.
Okay. So you never knew Bhagavatam, something is there like that?
Then I thought about it. I said, he doesn't make mistakes of this kind. If he says Bhagavatam, it has to be something called Bhagavatam. Let me find out. There was no internet that you could go on to and find out. Okay. If at all you had to go to libraries, you had to look at books, you had to do that sort of thing. But then he wrote immediately, he said, I am sending you the volumes. And 12 fat volumes of Bhagavat, Puran, landed at my doorstep. I said, my God, 12 volumes. I'm expected to read this and extract what is relevant and write something for children. Ye kaise?
Only 12 fat volumes?
Only 12.
Okay. Were they in English or in English?
In English.
Okay.
The Sanskrit and the English translation. No, but when I opened, I saw all this Shukadev and Parikshit and God knows, so many things that I had never heard or dreamt about. I wrote back to him and I said, Swamiji, I think what you want me to do is take what is relevant,
okay,
the stories, which will, attract children and so on. So he said, yes, that is exactly what I mean, and I don't know anybody else who can do this. So I had to drop all of Vyasa's, philosophy and this and that, and the Krishna avatar, which starts with the 10th
Yes.
canto.
Canto.
Before that, the other avatars of Vishnu. They are a part of the Bhagavat, they better be there.
Okay.
And other stories,
Yes, right.
related stories. So that is what we concentrated on and did it. The only thing was, I asked him, Swamiji, can we put some prayers from the Bhagavat?
Okay.
So every drawing that I made, I used to put a prayer. I picked it up from the Bhagavat. One I remember distinctly was a prayer by Gajendra, in that Gajendra Moksha story, where he says, appeals to Vishnu, and he says, come and save me. I am a sinner. I am, helpless. Come and save me. And Swamiji wrote back immediately, and he said, no, we will not have prayers which put any kind of negativities into the minds of children.
Oh. Okay.
He says, when we call them Amrutasya Putraha, children of immortal bliss.
So he never wanted that word sin or sin.
Didn't. He says, prayers, yes, but only positive.
No negative prayers.
Invocations.
Yeah, okay.
But nothing that come and save me, I'm downtrodden, I'm helpless, I'm this, that and the other. He didn't want that kind of prayers. Yeah, you see, Bal Bhagavat doesn't have any such prayer.
So every line Gurudev went through Ramayana.
Of course he did.
Bal Bhagavat.
But Bhagavat took me 9 months.
What are the other texts Gurudev made you edit?
After that, I think Urmila and we did the Ganga Stotra.
Ganga Stotram, is it the translation that Gurudev had done? Taponji's Ganga Stotram, okay.
Ganga Stotra. I think there is a Badri Stotra also.
Yeah, Badrisha Stotram, Ganga Stotram, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These we did. Then he made us do a thing called
Hymn to Badrinath, no?
Hymn to
Stotram.
Badrinath.
Yes.
Hymn to Badrinath. And then after that, he was sending out newsletters. He was sending them to us in Delhi, to Urmila and me, and we were mailing them to all the mission centers. This was a weekly newsletter called Hasten Slowly.
Yes, Hasten Slowly.
Which was later on brought out as a small booklet on meditation.
Meditation, okay. But there is one book also, Hasten Slowly, right?
That is a book, a small book on meditation.
All right. Okay.
Hasten Slowly. That he did. That I did for him.
Okay.
Then we did, then he had this massive heart attack.
Okay. In 70s?
Yeah, early 70s.
Yeah. Was it in Bangalore?
He had this heart attack.
In Mysore?
Yeah.
And then he came to Bangalore
then
to
he
take
came to Bangalore, and from Bangalore he was shifted to Bombay.
Bombay, right.
And when he shifted to Bombay, at that time he had already sent me
What?
the manuscript of Vivek Chudamani.
Manuscript of Vivek Chudamani?
Yes, because these were talks that he had
given to the
brahmacharis. These were recorded by a brahmacharani called Kanta. He used to call her Kanta. She was Concha Hughes from Honolulu.
Honolulu, okay.
And then G.B. Bhatia transcribed these entire tapes and made a manuscript.
Okay.
And this he sent it to me. He says, I wanted this in book form and take out all the colloquialisms take out all the repetitions, take out all the jokes, and make it so that it reads like a commentary on Shankara's Vivek Churan. And then he said, come to Bombay and we will work on this manuscript together.
Okay.
I took the manuscript, I went to Bombay. In Bombay they had hired a flat on Pedder Road. No, sorry, Carmichael Road, off Pedder Road. A building called Usha Kiran. The first floor, entire floor, was hired for him. In the flat, there was Shivaraman, there was Swamiji, there was a girl called Rama Reddy from Bangalore who was taking care of his medication, and there was me.
3 of you. For how long?
For 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah. But we were flitting between Usha Kiran and a place called Kamla Cottage on Juhu Beach.
Why?
तो किसी ने ऑफर किया स्वामी जी इधर रह लो बीच पे रह लो सो वी वेंट शिफ्ट we went to Kamla Cottage because he wanted to escape the Bombay crowd for Guru Purnima.
Okay.
And Swamiji had a cousin who stayed at
I know. This
Beach.
Amma is, some that Raj Mandir people like... airplanes or something like that?
He was a pilot with Air India.
Yeah, same person I'm talking
And stayed in a place called Iris Park.
Iris Park, yes.
Which is Devanand's house. There were 2 bungalows, identical bungalows. In one Devanand used to stay, in one Swamiji's cousin used to stay.
I know them.
Yeah. That's where we stayed for 3 or 4 days.
Her name, if I'm not wrong, is Vijayalakshmi. Vijayalakshmi, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Vijayalakshmi Menon.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because I have interviewed her and she spoke about Gurudev, how her husband and Gurudev would go to the coffee house in Delhi. Yeah, she's the same person.
No, the cousin also spoke a lot about him. He said one day he just came and stood in front of the house.
That's right.
Wearing his
sannyas
sannyas clothes and said Bhiksham Dehi. Okay. And the cousin's wife didn't know who he was.
Okay.
She called her husband, ki koi sadhu aaya hai.
Yeah.
And then he recognized him, took him in, and so on and so forth.
This cousin and Gurudev, Gurudev's grand aunt was the Nitya Rama, the wife of the king. They will not call them queen, they will call them as Nitya Rama because Kshatriyas marrying Nair ladies. Okay. So, as a child, Gurudev would get so fascinated. That cousin of Gurudev and Gurudev, they would take toy drums because at that time it was a custom that the king would be woken up with the bugles and drums. Okay. So they would go with toy drums and wake him up. This cousin, Vijay Amma told me that Gurudev and her husband would do that.
Okay.
So, the same cousin. Okay, yes. He was saying that.
Yes. But actually then we moved to this place called Kamla Kutir on Juhu Beach. That was where there was a film star called Manoj Kumar.
Manoj Kumar, yes.
Manoj Kumar's mother would bring Karelas for him every day. She said, Swamiji, this is good for your health.
Okay. So she came to know about Gurudev and she would come as it.
Because Manoj Kumar had made a film. What was that? Sannyasi.
Oh, yeah.
With Hema Malini. Pran acted and modeled himself on Gurudev.
Okay.
Hema Malini, heroine. And Manoj Kumar himself was the hero. So that's how I think Manoj Kumar was.
By then Gurudev became very popular, right? And that's how these people also must have come to know about Gurudev.
But that mother used to bring Karelas every day now.
Okay.
And he didn't want to hurt her, but he didn't want to eat Karelas every day.
Okay. We manage with
It was
Kerala
so
every day.
Cute. So we stayed with him, and the pattern was that every morning Kamla auntie, that is Kamla Chandrai, she would come and at 5 o'clock in the morning, Jamnadas used to be driving, Gurudev sitting next to him, and I used to sit next to Gurudev. At the back, Kamla auntie, Pushpa and Indira. We used to drive out of Bombay, VR Lake, Tulsi Lake, Mud Island, God knows, Canary Caves, where then Kamla auntie used to give us breakfast. She used to carry coffee and cheese toasts. She liked her cheese toasts a lot.
He used to eat cheese toast?
Of course.
Okay.
And then, throughout the drive, which we used to be about 2 hours, 3 hours drive, I used to be reading from the manuscript of Vivek Chudamani, while the rest of them all sat and listened. While I used to be reading, he would listen. Sometimes he would say, no, make a change here, no, change that there. Otherwise, wherever he thought it was necessary.
So how often was this like that?
Every morning.
Every morning, 2-3 hours you would drive?
Yes, yes.
And he was taking rest?
Every single morning we used to be back at about 11 o'clock. To Usha Kiran we used to come back.
So was his heart attack an excuse?
No. The doctors had told him he is not going to speak. He was not allowed to speak.
Okay.
But he said, I can't be idle. No, that's him.
But he did not take rest, and every day this journey was about tire him a lot.
I don't think it tired him. I think he enjoyed it. Just getting out, going for a long drive. On the way back sometimes, we stopped to visit Anand Mahima. We stopped to visit Guruji Goldwalkar, who was admitted in hospital. He was diagnosed with cancer. On one occasion, we went and stopped by to just listen to, from outside, a guy called Acharya Rajneesh.